What's going on, everybody? This is Shok, and today, of course, I want to talk about the whole fiasco regarding Capcom and Street Fighter V. Now, let me just put these things out there, go ahead and get out the way. Yes, I'm one of the people who bought Street Fighter V. I bought it day one. I bought it, I bought the PC version. I bought it at like 8 p.m. the day before it came out. Preloaded it, was able to start playing it around 11 p.m. Well, I should have, but I was having trouble because my antivirus was blocking the game opening up. Just random crap like that always happens on PC. But I did buy the game day one. I bought the PC version, and yes, I bought it despite all the things I knew were missing from the game. I read about it all. Personally, it didn't really bother me too much because, one, I did only spend $40 on it since, it's PC version. You can always buy games for, a lot cheaper than console games. You don't have to buy $60 games on the PC. You can find games for $40, a lot of time even $30 at launch. It's crazy. But, yeah, my thing was I wanted to go ahead and get it day one so that way I won't get behind the curve and I could practice the game. I did see that the game would have training mode, and I saw that it would have online. And that's the two things that I really only use when I'm playing a fighting game. You see what I mean? So the fact that I want to take Street Fighter V seriously, I'm trying to get into, the scene, and I'm going to start going to tournaments like I am with Project M, stuff like that. That combined with the fact that I also spent only $40 on it, I didn't mind it personally. Now, don't let that confuse you. I'm not saying the missing content is okay, because it definitely isn't, and it's bullshit. Because Capcom pretty much released it in this state knowing that all the FGC guys, would buy the game, off the bat, regardless of what it's going to be like, right? And they kind of just let the more, casual guys, kind of just hanging, because the more casual players who, they like Street Fighter, but they're not like serious hardcore fighting game fans, and they're not trying to go to tournaments or really, bear themselves, all this stuff. They explore the single player content, more so than the hardcore guy who just want to go into training mode and practice links and combos, all this other stuff, and play ranked matches online. You see what I mean? So I can appreciate a company looking out for, the FGC and kind of prioritizing them. But at the same time, at the end of the day, you have to just keep everybody in mind. It's kind of the opposite problem Sakurai has. Sakurai is all about the casuals, and he's like, fuck the hardcore fans. And right now, Capcom is like, fuck the casuals. It's all for the hardcore fans. So there needs to be a balance with this thing. But the missing content, if you guys don't know already, it's missing, I would say 75% of the story mode. There's the story modes for the individual characters, whatever. And it's missing the main story mode. It's missing the challenges. It's missing the trials. It's missing a lot of stuff. It's missing one of the things that was listed was CPUs versus humans. Playing against CPU, but you can do that within the training mode, but you can't do that within like the regular versus mode or whatever. So it's kind of in there, but it's not. But yeah, so it's missing a lot. But that stuff doesn't have me angry. The missing content doesn't have me angry for the reasons I just explained to you guys. All I wanted was the training mode and the online, right? So the missing content didn't piss me off because I knew exactly what I was getting into. I knew exactly what I was buying before I bought it. I was okay with it personally. It's bullshit for people who aren't serious about the game and all that, and I would never defend it. It's dumb. It's bullshit. I'm just saying personally, I didn't mind. But the reason why I am upset is because one of the two things that the game actually had at launch wasn't even working for the first day and a half. And yeah, you would say that, that should be expected for a launch of a new game that's going to be really popular, and people are going to be trying to, hop online, at the same time. Of course, there's going to be server issues. Normally, maybe you can make that argument, although really that should never be justifiable. You should always be prepared for that. But especially when you've done, 4 or 5 open betas? And how many closed betas did they do? Probably the same number. They had, 8 to 10 betas total. This is one of the most longest running betas I've ever seen in gaming history. Street Fighter V. The beta started a long time ago. They did so many tests, closed and open. How were you not prepared for this, Capcom? How? It doesn't make sense. Like I said, I could somewhat see, not saying it'd be okay, but I could see if there was no beta. And it was this huge popular game that came out and everybody tried to hop on, day one. Yeah, of course there'd be server issues. But you literally took the time out for this past year doing stress tests, on your servers and all this and all this maintenance for a year. I don't know if it's been exactly a year, but it started last freaking year. There's been 8 to 10 betas, whatever, right? And you weren't prepared at launch. Explain that to me. Explain that to me, Capcom, because that makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. And that's just completely inexcusable. It is. There's no defense for that. I don't care how many people are on your servers. I don't care if there's a problem with I don't know, maybe having it cross-platform makes the servers a little bit more, complicated or something. I don't care. There's no excuse. You literally, this is specifically the thing that you guys have been practicing for, that you've been preparing for, and you still failed. It makes no sense. It's like you study 6 months for a test, like consistently. Not like on and off, but you study 6 months for a test, and then you take the test and you fail it. Like, that makes no sense, right? It's like, what have you been studying this whole time? I saw you reading the book every day for 6 months. How did you fail the test? Are you stupid? Pretty much. It doesn't make any sense. So out of the 2 things that I wanted that the game actually came with wasn't even working correctly. Now, it's working now. You can get on Street Fighter right now and do ranked matches or find a casual one. Or, do a private game, which is only, one-on-one, one person in the lobby right now. It doesn't have the 8-man lobbies like 4 had. That's going to be in the update next month. But, even now, still right now, a couple days later, came out Thursday, a couple days later, although that stuff works now, but there's still constant disconnects sometimes. Yeah, sometimes you go a long time without it happening, but if you're playing Street Fighter and you're doing like an hour session long, you're going to get disconnected, 2 or 3 times. Sometimes when you try to create a battle lounge, which is the private games for those of you who don't know, sometimes it just says fail to create battle lounge. Sometimes when you send somebody an invite, they don't get the invite. I'm going to say sometimes. I've noticed this all the time. It's not really showing the true online status of the people that are on your friends list, the people you have added to your, your favorites or whatever, right? Because I was on at like 3 a.m. last night, and I saw my whole people I had added on my favorites, in the menu, battle lounge, doing ranked matches or whatever. But half of them weren't even online. Like, half of them didn't even have the game booted up. So it's like, basically, sometimes the game, the online gets stuck when it comes to the statuses of your friends. So you can be sitting there inviting a friend. You're like, how come he isn't coming in? Why is he ignoring me? Why is he being a dick? I know he's not in the match because it says he's in the menu. Make sure you check their PSN profile or check them on Steam and see if they're on. Because sometimes it shows your friends on and they're not even on. So as you guys can see, although the matchmaking is working now and the private games work most of the time now, there's still so many problems plaguing this online. It's ridiculous. Now, as far as the game itself, let me say this, because I know this video has been all negative. I'm loving the hell out of Street Fighter 4. The actual game, the core of the game. The product, Street Fighter 5, is absolutely horrendous. 4 out of 10. But, the actual gameplay, the combat system, the battle system, the combos, the links, the V system is awesome. I love the new mechanic they got going on here. The game just feels really, really great to play. And the thing I love most about it, and this is going to come off the wrong way, but the thing I love most about it is that the links aren't like ridiculously hard anymore. And a lot of people might say, oh, casual, oh, you like the game because it's easier. I don't ever like things being made easier for the sake of them just being made easier, but it's just a matter of when I'm playing the game, I don't want to fight against the game's engine. You see what I mean? I don't want to fight against the game's overly precise, and overly accurate, requirements, to play it. In Street Fighter 5, you gotta do, one frame links to just do, jab, 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 right? Something like that. In this game, the links aren't stupid easy. No, not at all. Like, they still, of course, require timing. And it's not like, oh, let me mash my buttons and then everything's going to link. It's not like that. But they made it so where you're not fighting against the game. So that way you could just kind of focus on just playing. I love that. I love the characters. I love the character balance. Of course, some characters are better than others and some are weaker than others. But so far, all the characters seem very competent. Seem very, very competent, very viable, very potent is the word. There we go. Every character seems potent. Nobody really feels too weak, in my opinion. And I haven't played all the characters yet. Like, I haven't played Fang, and I haven't played Vega yet, and I haven't played Bison. But based off what I have played, everybody else, it seems that there's really no matchup in this game so far that's just like absolutely just crazy slanted. Just can't be done. Basically, I feel like this game is going to be a lot less matchup dependent than 4 was. You know what I mean? So that's another thing I love about the game as well. So the gameplay is awesome. The battle system is awesome. The V system, the V trigger, is awesome. And I just think the game really makes it player versus player more so than most fighting games where it's a lot more character dependent. And I love that about the game. So the core of the game itself is great. But the product, Street Fighter 4, absolutely terrible. I was like, oh, okay. Training mode and online. That's all I want. That's all I need. I'm still going to buy it. It's only $40 anyways. And then the online doesn't even work. And then they fix it and it still has all these stupid random problems that make absolutely no sense. What was the point of those betas? What was the point? I will never know. I don't even think Capcom knows. But if you guys aren't trying to get into the FGC, if you guys aren't trying to get into the Street Fighter scene and attend tournaments, should you buy this game? Definitely not. The game in its current state is only for diehards and tryhards and people who are trying to get, into the whole competitive thing. If you guys are just a more, casual Street Fighter fan or whatever, definitely hold off until the March update where it adds the other 75% of the game. Not even half, because right now it's a quarter of a game. But that's it for this video, y'all. Thanks for watching. I'll see y'all later.